Scarcity is a created construct. It doesn't really exist naturally in reality. Just go outside, take a a deep breath of air, and realize how abundant air is. Are you getting charged to breathe in air? No. The sun is outside, it's shining. Do you get charged to receive the sun? Is anybody sending you a bill? No, it's free. Abundance is the natural state of reality. Scarcity is created by concepts that men have created to have kind of like economic control over goods and services and things of that nature, right? Yeah, don't get me wrong. Certain places in the world have perhaps one thing more in abundance than another. For example, if you went to the Middle East area, or should I say North of Africa area, you'd find certain plants or certain herbs and spices like saffron and stuff that you may not necessarily find if you went to Alaska. There's different parts of the world that are rich in particular resources more than the other, right? That goes without saying. And I understand this. That does not mean that scarcity is like something that actually exists. Scarcity exists in the mind. There is no such thing as lack. I heard a statement once that was like, there's no such thing as lack. Well, when you are feeling lack, what you're actually feeling is an abundance of lack, because it's actually in your mind. Things like the economic principles that we operate on right now, that using demand and supply and stuff, were premised off the ideology of scarcity to make people fight over goods and services because there is not enough for us. And once you get into a scarcity mindset, it builds up emotions and certain feelings of like hoarding and greed and jealousy and stuff, because you begin to feel like there's not enough for all of us. But I'm here to tell you that there's enough for all of us. There's enough for every single person on this planet to be a millionaire if we wanted to. It's all about us getting into the abundance mindset, to understand that, first of all possibilities exist, and first of all, nothing ever ends. Everything is in perpetual motion and creation. And if you want to have a life and experience of abundance, you have to get into an abundant frequency and an abundance mindset. You have to know, you have to believe without a shadow of doubt that it is possible for you to have everything that you want. Everything that you have on your heart, is possible for you to have it without depleting another person's ability or access to have it, because there is abundance. When it rains for all of us. Everybody receives it. And if you don't believe me, I just challenge you to go spend a week or 2 weeks or a month in nature, right? And just put your phone away, immerse yourself in nature and just look at how abundant it is. Just spend some time in nature. Go look at the plants. Go look at like when a plant releases, say, fruit, right? When a plant bears a fruit and the fruit bears seeds, right? See how many seeds are in there and realize that in one seed there could be a whole forest. I began to experience this in my life when I spent some time farming, and I was amazed at what a single seed could do. Let's say you plant one tomato seed, right? It grows a plant, and that plant bears, say, 30 tomato fruits over the course of the summer, and each fruit has over 30-40 seeds, and each of those seeds is a plant. Nature just multiplies. Nature does not know lack. Lack does not exist in reality, naturally. It doesn't exist. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just try this. Go and have this experience and realize that things just continuously multiply, and that abundance is a natural phenomenon in reality. And so you, as an offshoot of nature, you as a natural phenomenon of reality are also an expression of abundance. And this is something that you have to know and learn to tune into as part of your vibration. A lot of us grew up in societies with, like I said, with these economic principles, and in places where scarcity seems to be the order of the day because of governments and how they hoard resources and all of these things. But if you go into nature and you connect to nature, which is something that you are part of, you will realize that abundance is natural. It's the order of the day. Of course, you have periods of droughts where there's no rain, because nature has its ebbs and flows. You have dry seasons, wet seasons, summer, spring, fall, winter, and it goes through those flows. But one thing you realize is, even in each of those seasons, there is an abundance of that expression of that season. Abundance is your birthright. It is our birthright. It is who we are by nature. The only reason you may be experiencing lack is because you've somehow been able to convince yourself that lack is the order of the day. And the thing about reality is, reality will always conform to what you say you are or what you believe yourself to be, because reality is a reflection which is here to serve you and to reflect who you say you are. So your experience of lack does not mean that lack is a fundamental principle or the way reality is. Reality does not know lack. Lack does not exist. And this is something very important that I want to share with you so you can understand, so you can tune your vibration into it. And going out into nature, I said, will help give you that evidence of the truth I'm talking about, so that when you see it, you can see that, oh, I am part of nature. So if nature is all abundant and nature is all about abundance with no lack, that means I am all about abundance as well. And with this new insight, you can program yourself and your frequency into any form of abundance that you want to experience in your life. And know for a fact that though you may be in a particular experience or perspective where you feel like you're lacking right now, if you retune your system, your subconscious programming, your mindset into one of abundance, you will begin to see abundance. You will begin to see abundance everywhere, whether it is money, whether it's wealth, whether it's health, whether it is good fortune, whatever it may be. You will begin to see it everywhere simply because you change your vibration to it. So this is a message I have for you, and it's a calling to you to be introspective about this. Meditate on this, ponder it, really think about it. Think about it. Forget what you've been taught, and just open your eyes and open yourself up and investigate reality. Go look at a tree. Look at how many branches it has. Look at how many trees are lined up. We spend a lot of time in cities where it's just like buildings and stuff, so we've lost touch with reality. So we usually forget that we're surrounded by abundance. Go out into nature in the night, look at the night sky, try to count the stars, and realize how much you're going to struggle doing that. You won't be able to count the stars. Think of like how many heavenly bodies are in just our solar system, and think about how many solar systems there are, how many stars, trillions. Can you even conceive of what a trillion is? How many grains of sands are at the beach? It's all abundance. And the beautiful thing about it is it keeps multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. So it just keeps getting more and more and more and more. Lack does not exist unless you want to believe that it does and you want to see within that perspective, in which case you are just experiencing an abundance of lack, because abundance is the natural order of the day. This is the message I have for you today. I hope it finds you in a good place, and I hope it brings you value, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps you see the abundance all around you, so you can tune into that frequency and that vibration of abundance, so you can experience abundance and to see the truth in what I'm sharing. As always, Thank you for tuning in and listening to this, and have a beautiful and pleasant day. Peace.